Look at that. We're live.
How about it?
How about it?
Technology.
Technology, man.
Truly incredible.
Welcome, everybody. We're live again. You're over there. There we go. We're trying out a new angle today. We're gonna see if this helps y'all see what I'm doing a little bit of my face. Now my little bro Kay is here. Well, you are not on camera. You're barely there. You are.
That's good.
Evening, Melvin. Oh, since Melvin's here, actually, would you just pass that over?
Sure.
There, I was just showing off to my little brother the fully assembled Commando. It's hard to get it all in frame. Amphban
Rifle.
It's a rifle, but it's called something. I
It's
can't.
rifle, Jaden.
It breaks down into 4 pieces. So looks very sharp. There's a lot of really fun details. I was really happy with the way this turned out. And it does break down fully, so I'll actually kind of show you. It just sort of undoes the stock. And in the middle here, just part. And right at the end here, the fork comes off as well. You're just left with 4 very easy to handle Mando parts, Mando rifle parts. So, very fun stuff. It's a fun project that's going out now. Let's set that down here for safekeeping. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Kay, what are you working on tonight? Hey,
The helmet.
glad you like it, Melvin. What? Yeah, but what is it? Nobody can see.
It's a shore trooper helmet. No, wait, tank trooper helmet. Something like that.
Tank trooper. It's part of the many trooper buckets.
Subscribe to foamarmory.
Subscribe.
Do it.
Like and subscribe.
Do it now.
So yeah, we're just we got the radio mic out again, so the sound's probably gonna be all over the place. But yeah, we're gonna be working on a Republic Commando helmet because I've been playing an absolute ton of Republic Commando. I've already started cutting out a lot of the pieces. I think we've got the scale right, but I may go through and change up the actual space of the visor when we're done, because I think this is a little more like Battlefront than the actual Republic Commando game. I like their visors more, a little beefier. So we're going to be looking at that. And as always, I'm going to plug our Discord down below. Friend guys chatting about foam, making requests. We just finished up a really fun request over there. We got request for an ARC Trooper helmet, Phase 2, and we've actually got something pretty well worked up over there. We're going to talk about it on our next Pepicura Tuesday. I think we're going to take a little break from Doom. We're going to do some more Trooper buckets.
Yay!
Yeah, it's part of our ongoing love affair with all things Star Wars, so stick around for that. But in the meantime, we're cutting out this. Whoops. Oh man, I kind of lost that seam. Let's try that again. We're going to be cutting out some of this Republic Commando. We're probably going to try and see if we can assemble some of it as well. Really just see how far we can get with this, because I have been itching to make one of these helmets ever since I started playing the game again. It just got ported over to the PS5. And I have to say, while it is not a new game, it's not a staggeringly new experience, it is the same great experience that I remember. And I still love the hell out of it.
Nice. Wait, did you play it on the original Xbox?
I sure did. I have also played it on the PC port, but the PC port, I will say, is not dynamite.
The only game I remember playing on that is, for like a whole of maybe 30 minutes, I played Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic. And at the time, I don't believe I could read. So it was very difficult.
Knights of the Old Republic was one of the first games that I remember doing very bad at. You know, because it was not a straightforward experience for somebody who had not experienced that kind of, you know, role playing before.
That's fair, yeah. First game I remember being bad at was Ratchet and Clank.
Sorry. I also didn't understand like why I would lose combat encounters, because it'd be like, well, I pressed hit and it would, because it's turn based. I didn't understand that there was like math involved, which is a shame, because you know, it feels like maybe the math maybe the math wasn't as important, but it was important, so it's like, meh. Oh, I thought maybe I could have him up here. Let's set him over here. We'll add to the ambiance of the Star Wars. There we go. Let people know that they're in the right place when they chime in. So we're kind of like bouncing back and forth here between, I have the Pepakura up over here. You can probably see just a little bit of it right there. And then I'm sort of bouncing back and forth between that and the actual foam pieces, which I have over here. I think this thing's going to come together pretty well. I like the shape that I'm getting in a lot of the parts, but I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything as I sort of go along here. Okay, so this... So I think what I've kind of boxed myself into is that there's two ways to do these sort of undercut pieces most of the time. You can either do them as edge-to-edge corner joins, you know, and at an angle, frankly, or you can, wait a second. Hang on. I need to, sorry, I can't see this. Okay, so the square cut is straight, but this cut should be angled. I don't think I did that before. No, I didn't do that. Whoops. Need to angle that cut. That's okay. I just got a sharp blade. I'm just gonna go back across and angle that down, because this is gonna need some sanding regardless, just because of the way foam is. So I'm not super concerned about that. There we go. Good evening, Orlando. How you doing? Let's see here. This angle cut also. Yeah, this is also angle cut. This is not. The two flattish edges, and then the rest of this is angled. Okay, now I got it. Ooh.
Ooh. I love two-tone weathering.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You should show that off.
I will when it's done.
You can show the people. It's a live stream. It's just sounds of brushes the whole
That's
time.
fair.
You're not on camera.
I'm not good with cameras. I'm trying to make
It
it a
looks
little more
really
brownish.
Well, and I really love the definition you're getting around the band there. I'm doing about the band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty good here. You know, things have been pretty good. I'm excited to be doing this particular helmet because my childhood. Also because I've been meaning to do all these trooper buckets we've been working on, and I just, you know, I start something and I get a little tied down to something else, and you know, I'm just trying to get things done in between commission stuff and work. Life, man, life. There we go. Perfect. Those are going to go in the cheeks. Those cheeks. Right, Kay?
The magnificent
The cheeks.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. That. Oh, okay. So this is going to be angled along this edge right here. The rest of it is flat cut. There we go. I'm actually really quite excited because this helmet actually wound up fitting on a lot less foam than I thought it would. Like, I really thought that, this was going to be kind of a waste given how weird and wheedly some of the shapes are. But actually, I would say it's not even taken up a third of a sheet of a roll of foam, which is great because that's like $4 worth of foam. Contextually, that's nothing. That's enough for like several other parts of the armor if you felt so inclined. There we go. Yeah. What's everybody been working on? What's the haps? Where are we at? Anybody working up anything new? Anything ongoing? I want to know. Because Lord knows, we spent 1 week working on... Where did I even put it? There it is. We spent 1 week, 1 day, working on this Mortal Kombat Scorpion mask before I absolutely just rubbernecked straight into Republic Commando because like, this is cool, but like
This is brilliant.
This is
but I like this.
But I like this. There we go. Oh god. That's so real. You know what the other thing I like about these kinds of builds especially? They really the cutting, the actual cutting out of all the parts, not terribly complicated, right?
Yeah, they're pretty
like
basic shapes.
They are. They're super basic shapes. But, you know, it's the finishing process that makes them look really good. Like this, I like the texture on this model, but I think I'm probably going to go with something a little bit more gray. Hey, you got to keep working on the Doom stuff. That's really cool, man. I'm very, very excited to see how that turns out. How's the classic Doom going? Where are you at with that in terms of the
classic one?
The classic Doom helmet. Ooh. Well, I released templates for that quite recently.
I thought you only did the...
No, I did both. I'm working on the Doomslayer armor. I think it's from the 2016 one. But I also released templates for the OG classic helmet.
That's kind of dope.
Which, yeah, no, Stealth, actually, over the Heroes Cosplay. Or the Heroes Workshop. Also just released that. Yeah, although he did the build, and it looks really good. He did a really good job. Well, he went through and he put lights on the inside so you get that eye effect that you get in the old game where it's just like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angry.
No. I'm angry!
Don't understand.
This is my angry eyebrows! God. Here we go. Oh, I bid farewell to the port and the land, and I travelled away from brave England's white sands, to seek for my long ago forgotten friends, to search for the place I hear all sailors end. As the souls of the dead fill the space of my mind, I'll search without sleep until peace I can find. I fear not the weather, I fear not the sea, I remember the fallen, do they think of me? Where bones in the ocean forever will be. I'm nearly done caulking the seams. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Orlando. For what it's worth, there's a free one over here too. I'm sorry. He spent money on it before he saw that the thing had dropped. And that's always rough. It's always especially rough when it feels like it happens just as you were doing it. Or like you go and you do all the work to freehand something just as somebody else releases something that's going to make it super easy to do.
Yeah. And
so you're just kind of SOL. You know?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Okay, I think... So this edge needs to be angled right here.
Yo, could I borrow a wipe?
A wipe?
Wipe.
Yeah, there's probably a wipe.
Okay.
I think it's on the table. Or on the desk.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, try not to use too much.
I wasn't. It's just
Miranda's
in the make gray.
No, Miranda's just in the middle of a project. It's all
Understandable.
Yeah. Go. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so I set out to complete something that I never did as a kid, which is I'm attempting to beat Republic Commando on hard, which on like the face of it feels like it shouldn't be that hard. It's a very old game. You know, it's a part of that era where you could actually just memorize where all the enemies are, and that works. You know?
Those old games are just unforgiving, though.
Mm-hmm.
I recently replayed God of War 2005.
Yeah.
And it doesn't allow you to save often.
Really?
And it will send you back through 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Don't you have to, like, go to, like, pillars to do that or something?
There's, like, sun temple thing, like sunspots, and, like, they're not that often. Which just makes it all the more annoying.
Oh, man. That's rough. Well, I just remember Republic Commando was really rough because on the one hand, you could save whenever you wanted, right? You could just save. But it didn't have a strong mechanic for if you saved and were just screwed. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you're just done.
Yeah, you're just done. New game. Start over.
Darn.
Yeah. Too bad, so sad, you suck. Game over. Like that was
Thanks
it.
for playing my game.
Thanks for playing the games. Hope it didn't suck. Sorry, I'm just referencing the Pepakura here, trying to make sure that I don't accidentally cut an edge at the wrong angle. Because that'll screw me up. That'll take longer to fix than I care to admit. God, look at that. I've already just plowed through cutting out most of this build. Well, I'm hoping that I can kind of use this as an excuse to sort of flex my weathering muscles and give it like a really cool paint job. Maybe really go to town with the Dremel and soldering iron. Really just.
Do you have a specific one in mind?
No. Like I was thinking of making it with. Any specific clone? Yeah, there you go. Have you ever worked with resin and car body filler method? I have not done the resin and car body filler method for prop stuff. I have worked with it before. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. There's a lot of things you have to take into consideration when you're doing something so final, if that makes sense. I don't like it as much. It's really fragile. Like we joke about foam being kind of fragile, but like it's really fragile. For the record, though, I am thinking about going for 6.2. Like I really like.
Sorry, what?
I really like 6.2.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've always really liked Boss's helmet.
Let me look at it again. I don't.
I'm not thinking of Boss. I'm thinking of the guy with the handprint. Okay, I do not know this as well as I
The
thought.
guy with the handprint.
Yeah, he's got like a red print over like the entire face.
You're thinking of 4.0.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
You're thinking of 4.0, who looks and sounds like he's a clone commando in Nam, which is the most horrifying idea.
That sounds like what Republic Commando is.
Like, a little, yeah. Like, I won't lie, the game really does prioritize the fact that you have, like, a blade in your hand. Like, a la Assassin's Creed, just on the back of your wrist. There we go. Nearly done there. Yeah, the effort and time for sanding is way more intense. On resin stuff, it's a lot. And I'm not knocking it as a build strategy, because it is durable in different ways, especially fiberglass. Fiberglass is very durable. It is. But it'll still crack. You know, if you drop it or something, or you clack it all around. I find that if you're really concerned about durability, you know, it's best to just build whatever part it is based on where it's gonna see where. You know, like helmets. Like I don't really care. I don't really care generally. Like it can be resin, it can be plastic, Sintra, Warbler, foam, whatever.
You ever done anything out of Warbler?
I played Warbler before. Mostly small stuff. That was mostly just for my costuming degree. It's not my chosen medium. It's not bad. It's expensive though.
Yeah, I'm looking at my goals.
It's
It's like
heavy.
$60.
It's really heavy. Like it's really heavy, which especially for like theater is not dynamite, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the sanding is really intense. Really intense. But like if you're doing something for the inner thighs, you know, maybe you do make that out of like leather, just in that position right there, or something like that, because you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing lasts properly, you know.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the big dealio. Okay, cracked helmet. Get out of here. That's just battle damage, you know. Here we go. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to do this slightly differently because I think... Let me see. Actually, now that I'm looking at this bust is... I found a bust of 6'2's helmet, and I'm looking at it, and I feel like the ear cups are still pretty raised. Never mind. I made a mistake. I thought I identified a problem with my template, but I had not. Because...
Integrity restored.
Integrity restored, man. Here we go. Okay, 1 circle. And 2 circles. There we go. Look at that. This is a pile of Republic Commando right there. It's basically done, right?
It's basically a helmet.
I'm done. It's over. Yeah, no, any mistakes you can't fix are always going to be battle damage. I'm trying to think of something that I haven't done a lot of unintentional battle damage in some time. Definitely done a lot of intentional battle damage. This one was a study in it. But I haven't done a lot of unintentional battle damage for some time. I mean, I really weathered the hell out of the rangefinder, the viewfinder on this, because he was a little rough. So I was just like, weathering, texture. That'll solve my problems. It'll solve all my problems. Okay, let's set aside the ones that are basically done. These pieces I don't need to... Well, I might edit that, but these I'm going to hold on to because I need to do some undercuts. Same with this one. I don't think I need to do anything to these ones. Nope. Oh, wait, yes I do. Need to do undercuts to these and these. But also this, and this, and those, and not this, none of that, none of those. Everything else is going to either get sanded or just glued together as is. Oh, and not that. A couple of these pieces are different colored because I didn't use the same foam, so sue me. What are you going to do? Oh, man. A sip right here. Slurp. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go through the somewhat tedious task of just taking all the parts and making sure I transfer any undercuts or detail lines that may exist. Oh, I think Phil might be here. Cool. There we go. Just double check with the 3D. Yeah, those are V groove cuts. So I'm just gonna make 2 quick cuts these, and actually this will be fully covered, so I can go all the way to the edge of this piece. 2 quick V-cuts on either side of that line, and then we remove the groove. It creates a nice angle. Boop. Boop. There we go. Perfection. Do the same over here. I don't know. Any thoughts on that movie tonight, Kay? We're gonna watch a movie later.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, not really.
I don't know. Anybody have any good suggestions for a movie? We watched Snyder Cut twice. So
Watched twice?
I watched the Justice is Gray because I was curious and actually really
The
liked
entire thing?
almost. We skipped like the last 10 minutes because the last 10 minutes of the Snyder Cut don't really need a rewatch. You know, but like a lot of it was really cool in black and white. I was really impressed because I was totally ready for it not to be like any different. You know, I was totally ready to kind of just be a little disappointed, like I didn't need to see that, but I kind of feel like I needed to see that. I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, let's see here. Good news is these ones aren't V-grooves, these are just cuts. So we're just gonna dot these lines and then connect them. Because that's all we gotta do. Ta-doo! There we go. Come across. You have very limited music taste. Music taste? Are you thinking, did you mean movies? I'm not totally certain.
Did someone just come on and criticize your taste
No,
in movies?
no, somebody just came on and was like, I have very limited taste in music.
Okay.
And I was like, I think you mean movies. Like, I think that's just what you meant to say. Forgive me. Let's see here. There we go. And now these undercuts will form the inside of the cheek. I actually really love inner undercuts. They're my favorite. When I can avoid outer undercuts, you know me. I try to.
Yeah.
But like, look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's really
that's
sharp.
nice.
Really sharp. And those angles are gonna connect really, really well.
Yeah, no, I never was really good at those, so the only one I did that had one of those, which is a face tube lie, I did it just out of paper.
Flood a course through the night to a place I once knew, to a place where my hope died along with my crew. So I swallow my grief and face life's final test to find solace of peace and the promise of rest. As the souls of the dead fill the space of my ears, their laughter like children, their beckoning cheers, my heart longs to join them, sing songs of the sea. I remember the fallen, do they think of me? Where their bones in the ocean forever will be. There we go. Connect those lines. When at last before my ghostly shipmates I stand, I shed a small tear for my home upon land. Though their eyes speak of deaths filled with struggle and strife, their smiles below say I don't owe them my life. As the souls of the dead fill the space of my eyes, and my boat listed over and tried to capsize. I'm this far from drowning, this far from the sea. I remember the fool, do they think of me? Ooh, Melvin thinks we should work on a project together. Ooh, crossover event. Ooh. What is it that you'll say about like movies and stuff and like TV shows, like when you hit the crossover episode?
You're just
like,
out of ideas.
You're just out of ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down. I don't give a fuck.
I mean,
Excuse
why
me.
not?
Sorry,
Jason, you just swore.
I did swear. Sorry. It's pretty family friendly content for the most part, people. I swear. I'm sorry.
You do.
I'm sorry. You know, I don't actually think these need to be undercut.
Oh,
Now that I think about this, I think these can just be sanded with a slight bevel. So we're going to separate those out. These do need an undercut. Hey,
All
hang
right.
on. What is this?
That's foam.
I don't think this is a part.
You think it's just scrap?
I think it's just scrap.
It looks. The edges are weird, so I'm guessing.
I think, yeah, no, this is just scrap that got mixed in accidentally. Oops. That's okay. I think this still needs undercuts. These do too. Oh god, now we're getting to that point. I don't know, Kay, what would you want to do?
What I want to.
Well, yeah, what would you want to do if we were to do something together? Like, did you want to make a suit together? Would you want to make like a prop together?
Like a 2-person horse together? Yeah.
Like a 2-person
Yes.
horse? It's a 2-person. It's a tank trooper costume, but
it's
you
just twice
ride.
as tall.
No, it's because you ride on me and I'm the tank.
I love this.
Yeah, no,
I
you're.
love this.
Here's the thing. I have like a really big ring, like a pool noodle ring over my head, and you're like
It's
on
very
my shoulders, and I'm just walking you around.
It's very important that your eyes are visible through a thin slot, like right here.
Well, my eyes are going to be visible because you're just going to be sitting on my shoulders.
Well, I think I'm done with this.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Honestly.
Put it on. I want to see it. Wow, that turned out, man.
Like, I think if I do
Here, a little more.
anything more,
Wow.
I think if I do anything more, I might screw it up.
I mean, that's fair. If I was to be brutally honest with you, I think you might be missing a little metalware.
Really? I don't think metalware would look good on this, because it's like real sandy.
Well, it's not. Hear me out. When I say metalware, I don't mean like big patches of silver. I mean like right on the very edge of it, just a little bit of. On some of the places where it's really worn down, because you would see that. But just
fair.
like a little bit.
That's fair. Where's your rubbing buff?
It's here. I've got some.
Also, do you have a very fine brush? I have
A very fine brush.
or any brush that's just smaller than this one.
Yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice this brush for that.
That is kind of what rubbing buff does.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've got this, which is the brush I use for all rub and buff all the time. But like. Yeah.
Honestly, I've lost the cap to my rubbing buff, but it keeps.
It kinda keeps. Sorta.
Kind of.
Like a little. Oh, these ones don't need undercuts. Okay. I'm almost certain I've gotten all those weeded out now. And then here it is. Okay. This one will get one undercut along this edge. It really sounds like Phil's here.
You don't say.
I do say.
Okay, good. I'm glad we clarified this.
There we go. Yep. Glorious. Glorious undercuts. Jesus Christ. Sorry, they're clearly playing with our dog out there. All right. Yeah, that's going to be very sharp. And then I need to figure out what the undercuts are for this piece that goes right across the chin here. Because I think I might end up doing an overlay. Hi there, monkey business. That was really loud, sorry.
And what's rather
This might not need an undercut either. Damn. That's okay. Oh, these two still needed undercuts. That's what it was. Because they match the outer, where the hell did it go? The outer bends of this. These will need to match. I think the easiest way is actually, I might just glue that over that. Never mind. They don't need it. Nothing needs undercuts ever. Life is a lie. Here we go. Okay, then I think I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna get the hot glue gun so we can start adding a little hot glue to the inside of some of these bevels so that we can really even them out and get them ready to glue together. And then, I don't know, I might open the window and we can maybe do some contact cement on this. Go to town. That'll be great. Oh, you know what I will do? There's my drum. Sorry, still getting used to the new setup. I'm going to take my Dremel and I'm going to actually grind in. There's a couple pieces that I didn't make so much as I'm going to be grinding together. Like there's a piece, like this piece that goes in the back of the head right here has sort of a keystone in it, but I'm just going to grind that out. I'm actually going to do that with a rounded bit. It's a rounded stone bit. I'm just going to grind right into it. I might put on my mask for this just because I'm actually going to grind through a bit of foam.
That's probably good. I think I'm good with my helmet at this point.
Are you gonna
So
hop out?
yeah.
All right.
It's been fun.
Bye bye. Let's do this. There we go. There we go. And I am to some degree letting the shape of the bit dictate the way I grind this out, but it's working very well. There we go. Sometimes it's about accuracy. Sometimes it's about working with the tools you have to make the best thing you can with the tools that you have. Now we'll just kind of round over these edges. There we go. Ta-da! There we go. Now, I'll move away from the mic, but I'll move closer to the camera. You see, it's got a nice even groove, and all the edges have sort of been rounded over, so this piece can just right on the back. It's great! Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I don't need to do a ton of sanding tonight, but I'm willing to do some gluing, so hopefully this evens out a little bit. Here is the real trial now, which is that we're just going to put some hot glue in these grooves in the name of helping them stay open a little bit, even as we, you know, manipulate it and glue them and glue the overall pieces into place. There we go. I really wish I had a can of compressed air right now. I've been meaning to pick one up. But yeah, so this glue will help keep these undercuts open so that they're even sharper, frankly. Oop, got a little glue on my hand. That's all right. You know, hot glue is dangerous, and you should be very cautious with hot glue. But I will say, out of all the things that I use that are like heating elements, I am the least scared of it. And maybe that's just because I've had hot glue accidents, and hot glue accidents suck, but they're manageable. You know, like I once got a really nasty dollop of hot glue on my hand there, and I basically just ripped it right off. And you know, if you get that under some running water pretty quick, you know, it's a burn, but it's not too bad. It took a little bit of chunk of skin, but it wasn't, like I said, it's not that gnarly. You can pretty severely mess up your hand, but it's worth noting that especially when you're working with hot materials, if you ever get this kind of stuff on your hand, try to rub it off really quickly, because this stuff will harm you if you let it stay in contact with your skin. You know, tanking it is not actually a viable solution, as it were. Okay, let's see here. So that sort of creates the inner cheek. Whoops. There we go. You can actually see as I take the front faceplate and I sort of match that up there, that's where it's going to create the really nice divot in that cheek recess. And those sharp undercuts really sell it, but it's all one piece and it's very strong, especially with that hot glue in there. So now that we got the one, we can do the other. We can also start to do all the, there's more of these kinds of undercuts like on the back too. Go. And my hot glue gun actually gets pretty hot, so occasionally I'll kind of bounce it back down to low heat so that it doesn't take forever for this stuff to dry. Oh, this, I should actually plug this. This actually happens to be a foam specific hot glue stick, which I have found are actually pretty nice. I thought they were going to be kind of gimmicky. I was a little scared that they might be, you know, kind of a waste of money. But after having used them for quite a number of things, including that Commando rifle, you know, that it really, it's very effective actually. And I don't know that I was expecting it to be, but there you are. There we go. Go. No undercuts on any of that. These ones, I could probably contact cement together, but I'd like a little more control over the angle, so I'm going to use hot glue. Let's try, I kind of like, that seems sort of nice. There we go. I'm like blowing bubbles in the hot glue, Lord. Here we go. Yes. Yes. You're fine, Melina. I don't, like, keep attendance on these. I love it when people show up, but, like, you guys aren't obligated to. I just love that you do. It's not class. It's not attendance. It's just a chill place for some cosplay vibes. Heart of my heart, I love that melody. There we go. Yep, that'll kind of go on the back there. Let's see this part also. It's the other cheek recess, so we're just going to pour some hot glue into those recessed edges as well. There we go. And it doesn't matter if this is a little messy, right? It's okay, because this is all going to be on the inside. Nobody's going to see this. Hot glue is non-toxic. You know, you touch this stuff to your skin, it's not going to be a huge issue. So this is totally fine what we're doing here. You just dropped... Did you put it in the Discord, or... Hold on, I think I missed this. Yeah, Doom Eternal paper. Let me take a look at this. Hang on. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you saw, but quite recently, I just did a Doom mask. I think it might not be this one. It's really close though. Hang on. Let me see. Is it in downloads? Might be in downloads. This is modeled by Chernobyl. Hang on. Let me see if I can throw this on the screen real quick, because I kind of wanna show you what I mean. But, hang on. There we go. So this is actually something I just did. This is free. It might not be in the download for this one, but this is free on one of my recent Pepakura Tuesdays. Oh, whoops. Sorry. This is free on one of my Pepakura Tuesdays. And so this is the Doomslayer. This is modeled by Chernobyl, actually, and we always thank our modelers who release stuff for free, because they are the backbone of the community. They rock, and it's just really fun to get to work with their stuff and continue to share and continue to build on what they've shown. So if you're interested in this is a free template of mine. Here, I'll kind of show off the. But, I was able to really oversimplify a lot of it. Like this whole part right here is one piece. That's all one piece. That too, one piece. So, I mean, if you're interested in it, I've already kind of gone down this road. So, yeah. But thank you. Even if you don't have a model, check out our Discord. Check it out over there. I check it out pretty frequently. And it does inform the choices I make. I'm sort of revamping my idea for our upcoming tutorial series based on those ideas, and that's really fun. Oh, it is already 7:46 though. Dang, it is. It has gotten late on us. Quick. Real quick. Dang it. Okay, well, all right, well, in the name of getting further, instead of starting to glue some of this stuff together, why don't we do a couple different things? There's a couple things that I know I'll still want to sand that don't require a lot of sanding, so I'll just do them. Like this piece here needs to be beveled. Pretty aggressively. But we're not removing that much material, so I'm not super concerned about it. There we go. That'll end up going on the right ear, I think. Just a little bit of that. And then, let's also, I actually wanted to edit this a little bit, because this has a very slim profile for the visor, and I actually want it to be a little more intense. And so to that end, I thought maybe what I could do is just sort of doodle onto the face of it for a slightly more intense visor. I think this will work. I hope this will work. I really, really would like it to work. Oh God. Where did I put that? Hang on. Somewhere here I've got a Republic command. There we go. It's okay, so this is actually, let's get this ruler out, because this is actually a pretty straight line, just based on the template I'm looking at. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just cut this a little wider, cut this a little bigger overall. It doesn't really need to be wider right here, it just kind of needs to be wider at the top. And all we're going to do is I'm going to cut this piece off and I'm going to use it as a guide for the other side. Because I want to get this a little closer to the game than other media. Because that's where my childhood lies. There we go. Now, oh yeah, that's way better. Okay, so now we'll just use this, like I said, like as a guide on the other side. Using this kind of a reference. Go. Shoop-a-doop. Great. That's great. Here we go. Oh, we love to see it. There we go. There we go. Got a much wider upper band, and I really like that actually. Like I said, this helmet's basically done. God. Here we go. Oof. There we go. Okay. These earpieces I don't want to bevel yet because some of these pieces are going to get tucked under, but a couple of them are actually going to meet it right at the edge, so I want to make sure that I'm leaving space for that. There we go. These don't really need to be beveled, they're just going to go on top. This piece is going to get overlaid though, and it does need kind of a funky bevel. Let's grab a more precise bit, a less rounded bit, to round over this edge. There we go. Just rounding over those edges over slightly. Hey there, ODCA! How you doing? We're just kind of winding down here, doing a little bit of more prep work as we sort of get ready to glue this whole thing together. Obviously, we've come very far. We cut the entire thing out, and we've gone through and done pretty much, I'm gonna say pretty much all the undercuts on this thing in prep for this. Oh, there was one other piece I wanted to cut out. This piece has like sort of a half dowel piece on it, but I am cheap and don't tend to buy the half dowels. I just have a piece whole dowel here that I'm going to cut up in the name of this part because that's all it really takes. It's just the willingness to be able to cut. Actually, I'm going to grab my long blade for this. The willingness to be able to cut this. There we go. Just gotta be willing to cut this dowel piece in half, that's all. There we go. Ta-da! That sort of goes on here, but it also needs to be beveled straight down. So we're gonna sharpen our blade. Let's do this. Let's do this. Go. And super simple. Just like that, without having to do any really funky stuff with our templating or whatnot. That piece just goes on here. And it's got kind of a really unique profile. It adds a lot of dimension. Didn't take very long to do either. Wasn't a whole dealio like working out this part. So there we go. Okay, what am I thinking about? What am I missing? Oh, these guys are going to need to be rounded over, and I might do that now just because it will take a little bit and it will take some sanding. So enjoy some sanding. I don't know if it's ASMR, if it's a Dremel sanding, but enjoy the sounds of sanding. There we go. I'm going to sort of shave off some of this along the entire edge, so we don't have to do quite as much sanding. Doesn't have to be pretty. We're going to make it pretty. There we go. Remember, kids, wear a mask. And cut towards yourself. Jesus. There we go. Great. Let's sand this down. Oh. There we go. Now this just rounds over on all the edges so that when we eventually glue it to here, it just smooths down. That's great. Super simple. I love it. I am actually now quite tired after a full day of doing this. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff over the weekend, getting ready to move on to other projects, sending some stuff out, doing some more digital releases. So stick around till then. Thanks so much for joining us for now. I've been Jaden, here for Foamarmory. And as always, please take care, guys.